because, like, how many other studies are a joke like this? I haven't been reading scientific studies my whole life. Now I know that, wow, the New England Journal of Medicine will publish a bunch of nonsense that does not prove what it sets out to prove. So they inserted the line about masking helping fight systemic racism so that the New York Times would pick up the study and run with it. And that's exactly what the New York Times did. They ran with it because, look, our people are saying something. They're on our side. They want to fight systemic racism. Look, masking helps with systemic racism. And they ran a whole piece on this nonsense study.
Now, I want to say, you lived in New York.
Yeah.
You have since relocated, correct? To the free state of Florida.
That's right.
And we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Because of people like you, we won by 20 points.
That's right.
I'm from New York as well. You were in flames about these mandates when you were up in New York, the effect on your family and everything like it. So this isn't like some Johnny-come-lately. I got a minute left, but was that one of the main reasons you evacuated New York?
Absolutely. The COVID policies and the fact that nobody seemed to care about any of the things that were going on. I think you and I kind of touched on this in a conversation back then, but it was like not the New York that we grew up in, right? The New York that we grew up in was tough and questioning, and they don't stand for nonsense. And this New York rolled over, followed all the policies, kept kids out of school, didn't seem to care at all the effect that it was having on poor children.
Do you remember the New York we grew up in? It resembled, even though the baseball teams hated each other, it was like working class Boston, where you were a Democrat, you had a good shot, but you had to be a blue dog.
For sure.
And you had to support the German immigrants I lived with up in Liberty Park in Glendale, they busted their rumps. They busted their asses every single day. They don't want to hear about giving away money.
That's right. And then the thing is, like, right now in New York, you have to convince Democrats that there's even a crime problem. Like, that wasn't a problem when we were growing up, you know?
You're
it was
taking
like
a baseball bat across the head and they're still, you don't require any convincing. Carol Markowitz, columnist for the New York Post. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Dan.
You own a business that's been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. Innovation refunds can help. If your business has 5 or more employees and managed to survive COVID, you could be eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee. It's not a loan, there's no payback, it's a refund of your taxes. The challenge is getting your hands on it. How do you cut through the red tape and get your business to refund money? Go to getrefunds.com. Getrefunds.com. The team of tax attorneys have put together a highly trained and little-known payroll tax refund program. They've already returned $1 billion to businesses. They can help you, too. They do all the work with no charge up front and simply share a percentage of the cash that they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. To find out if your business qualifies, just go to getrefunds.com. Click on Qualify Me and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited amount of time, so don't miss out. Go to getrefunds.com. That's getrefunds.com.
Dan Bongino. It's a big job to get ready for a big move. So what do? You call our friends Bob and Sandy Jameson, the Jameson team with Toscana Properties, like Douglas and Amanda did. They were ready to sell their San Jose home and move with their 4 kids back to Tennessee. They took advantage of Bob and Sandy's HELP program. That's a home enhancement listing program. Bob and Sandy loaned them the money to make needed repairs so the home would sell quickly and for top dollar. The Jameson team connected them to agents in Tennessee who could help them purchase a home there. It all went beautifully. They sold their home quickly, and they're now happily on their way to Tennessee.
Yeah, they knew where they wanted to go, but maybe you don't. Maybe you have several states in mind, but you're struggling to figure it out. The Jameson team has a state-by-state research team that helps you find the right state that suits your lifestyle and preferences.
And if you want to sell quickly, you can get an instant cash offer, not a low ball like from iBuyers. Call the folks we would trust, Bob and Sandy Jameson of the Jameson team. I've been in real estate. Call them 408-686-HOME, 408-686-HOME, or sandyhasbuyers.com.
The Jameson Team Toscana Properties DRE license number 01845393. You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved ones.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
The holidays are here. Achieve gifting greatness when you give perfectly aged, tender, delicious Omaha steaks. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have curated special gift packages to take the guesswork out of gifting and make you a holiday hero. At OmahaSteaks.com, use code SIZZLE at checkout for $30 off your order. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship, so shop early and beat the rush. Visit OmahaSteaks.com, use code SIZZLE at checkout to get that extra $30 off. Minimum order may be required.
Thankful for the right to be able to give our opinion. Happy Thanksgiving from the Dan Bongino Show.
Celebrating genuine American patriots and not a bunch of spoiled Hollywood zeros and losers that I couldn't give if this was a not family-friendly show, I'd dump another word there, but I don't really care about them. Sports guys, all right, you may have earned it a little bit, it's a unique talent, but playing make-believe for a living is not my bag of donuts. Let me tell you something, a guy who's definitely not make-believe, who not many people want to toy with, who was gracious enough to sit down with us. My man, Tyrus, how are you,
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Oh, come on, are you kidding me? So he's got a book out that is a mega monster bestseller. It was like #1 everywhere. It's called Just Tyrus. And I said, oh, just Tyrus, like Tyrus? He goes, no, just Tyrus. That's enough. So you got to go out and buy that book and you'll hear his story. So Tyrus, you came from the wrestling world. And I asked you during the break, now people love your political commentary. Does anybody ever give you any crap for that?
No, in my face, like I said, you get a lot of people on Twitter who take shots and stuff, but I don't put any weight in it. I don't
They take shots at you.
I mean, you can take a shot at anybody on Twitter.
I'm 6'2", 202.
Right, jacked, shredded, but again, no one's gonna walk up to you and throw a shot at you. But
you think you could
it's rare.
lift me by the neck with one hand
If we so chose to.
Yeah, like a chiropractic
you do a lot of MMA, so I'm not gonna extend my arm for you to counter and give you an arm lock.
Can you come on my show one time and do a segment? You show me how to do a bump and wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always wanted to do that.
Be careful.
Body slam?
You won. Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. You can slam me if you do it right. But
do you ever get hurt in a wrestling ring?
I constantly. It's simulated combat, but it's still combat.
Yeah.
And there's no. And the worst part is when you're in with friends, when you're in with your buddies, because we call it potatoing, and no one hits you harder than your friend.
Really?
You know
Why? They take some liberties?
Because it's just like it's like when you're roughhousing with your friends, it's just always more physical, and there's always a little extra pop there.
Really?
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, mother.
Now, let me ask you, but I'm not going to put you in a spot. Are there some guys in the business where you're like, Dude, I just can't get in the ring. You're like, they're dangerous.
Oh, I'll tell you, yeah, Heath Slater. The one-man rock
Really?
punched me in the face every time
like for real?
A jab, every time. And it was always a straight jab. Boom, I'd be like, brother.
Do you jack him back after that?
We had a show on, we had a match on SmackDown live, and he popped me, and I said, hey, that's it. And then he got nervous, and he popped me again. I said, I warned you. And then I was chasing him, like, to get hands on him, and we weren't supposed to get out of the ring. And he's like out of the ring, like, hey man, I said I was sorry, stop. And we got in the ring, and then we called it a receipt. So the best receipt is never given back immediately.
Right.
You wait.
You just wait for the right moment?
And so I waited after my eye, swelled up, and it was like 3 months later we were wrestling at a show, and I grabbed him, and he was like, hey, what's going on? It's time for your receipt. And launched him over the top rope to the floor. And I remember him there going, I said I was sorry. But that's, we call it a receipt. But yeah, it's physical. But honestly, man, most wrestlers, if they're telling the truth, are super conservative. Really? Because they travel the world. No one has to save more money than we do. No one has to, we have to pay our taxes ourselves. We're 1099 workers. Like, we have to stay on top. And then every state that we wrestle in, we owe taxes to. So that's why they call Florida the places where wrestlers go to die. Because everyone ends up living in Florida because the income tax. No income tax. The income tax and the tax breaks, which is great when you're at 1099, and you save money. So nobody has to be more staunch with their money. And that's why you see a lot of, especially now, like when you look at Glenn Jacobs, what he's doing in Knoxville.
Oh, he's awesome.
Phenomenal mayor. I think he's a star of the Republican Party.
I met him at Politicon in L.A., and I got to tell you, he's big as you, but could not have been a more gentle, nice guy.
Passionate.
The guy's in the ring. He's Kane. He's like this monster animal guy, and then you meet him. He's a mayor in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
And he's the most soft-spoken, gentle guy I've ever seen.
His work with bringing trade schools back, making education first, because we travel, we see, we know our fan base, we know